Hey friends, welcome to the channel. Join us today as we harness the power of ChatGPT and dive into Candide de Voltaire, supercharging your French comprehension and writing skills. Los geht's! My name is Dustin. I'm an IT project manager from Germany. On this channel we create content that helps us be more productive, to learn new things, especially languages, and to live a happier and more fulfilling life. Today I want to show you live how I use ChatGPT to do the exercises that are part of this little book here for the first chapter. This version is specifically made for pupils in the French education system, where this masterpiece would be often part of the exams or of the BAC, the Baccalauréat en France, to be more precise. And that would be in Germany the Abitur, or in the US the SATs or ACTs, if I'm not mistaken. The nice thing is that this version is completely commented, and there's also a lot of background information to set it into the right context. This way we can dive really deep into this particular work and get the most out of it, while at the same time deepening our cultural understanding of France and also Germany, since it's all connected. If you are interested in how and why I do this, please have a look at the last video I've made together with Max from Max Learns Persian and More here. Alright, let's dive into today's... wait. First, you know it, a nice sip of coffee. Let's dive into today's video. Now, let's have a look at the book together to kind of bring it into the right context. So, this is the book. Starting page, okay, and here's the table of content, and there it gets interesting. So, avant de lire l'œuvre, that's before reading the book. So, l'essentiel sur l'auteur, that's about some information about the author and to bring it into a context. Then l'œuvre en coup d'œil, that's quick overview about what's coming and also to prepare. And situer l'œuvre, that's about setting this book or this work into a historic context. So what happened around that time and what's important and so on. Then step 2, the whole work, so the regular book, Candide ou l'optimisme, texte intégral. So the whole text. And it starts with chapter 1 and then it goes up until chapter 30, sorry. And in between you always see that vers l'oral du bac, and that's about the exams. So you get some exercises around the exams, so it's like a simulation of the oral exam. And you have that at different point in time, or different points in time throughout the book. So you have it at the first chapter, you have it at the 18th, at the 19th, and then at chapter 30 again. And that's all. And what we want to do today is to have a look at chapter 1 and do, or at least start with doing the preparation for the exams. And also use ChatGPT for that to see how it can help us. Then, other than that, you have the third part of the book, which is l'essentiel sur l'œuvre. There it's more about finding a resume, have a look at the structure of the book in retrospective, have a look at the biography of the author in more detail, then bring it into a more comprehensive context historically and culturally, deeper than in the beginning at the first part, situate the genre of this work, have a look at the different I don't know how you say personnage principal, or in general the characters that take place or that have a part in this work. And then you're also having a look at some images, historical images, you bring it to a perspective. Then the fourth part is parcours, raconter et combattre, and that's about diving even a bit deeper into the different topics and subjects that are being treated within this book. So you start with 2 different topics or themes based on different chapters. So it gives you some reading ideas, what you should reread, and then on what you should have a closer look at, to better understand the work. And you have two different topics, 2 different themes. The first one is, let me see, Un conte d'un genre nouveau, so it's about the general genre of this specific book and how it actually created a new genre, if you will. And then the second subject, that's une œuvre de combat, and that's about the different parts of society he's criticizing, if you will. So that's philosophy, society, politics, and religion. So those 4 different areas. And after that's done, there are also some other texts which came, I think, after this work, so after Candide de Voltaire, and that's La Fontaine, Fable de La Fontaine. Then that's another work of Voltaire, that's Diderot, and so on. And all those works are somewhat related to this one. And then last but not least, the book dives deeper into the preparation for the exams. So also about the written exam and also about the spoken exam or the oral exam, to explain actually what you need to learn, what you need to do. I mean, for us, it's completely optional, so we don't have to do that, but I think it's a nice exercise to do that in order to improve our writing skills and also to get a deeper understanding of the culture. So I have read the first chapter, I have listened to it, and I have read it also out aloud. And now we are doing the exercises, so let's go. So now let's have a look at the exercises together. So the first step is to write an introduction rédigée, which is actually a summary of the first chapter. So we are only looking at the first chapter in this part, and our goal is to write a summary first. But before we do that, we need to prime ChatGPT to be our French teacher, and I've prepared a prompt that you will also be able to find in the video description or in the comments. And it is as follows. Role: you are a world-class French teacher. You're an expert in teaching French in a fun and motivating way, doing so only writing in French going forward. In the context: I want to learn French and have spent already over 1,500 hours with the language. My writing skills are the weakest area, which needs to be improved. My comprehension is already very good and my speaking skills are at least decent. I'm currently reading Candide de Voltaire and also doing the exercises that I used within the French education system for the BAC to improve my writing skills. Format is Markdown, and the action is please just acknowledge that you have understood the context of this conversation and your role in it by writing OK. Don't do anything else yet. Next, I will give you the first exercise. Please also just acknowledge when you have processed them by writing OK. And then I'll give you my responses, which you can then help me to correct and give me advice on how I can improve my French language skills. Okay, so it reacted as expected, and I know you don't want to see me struggling to write something, so I already took the time before to write my my introduction rédigée. Oops, and that's it. So we will also write the introduction rédigée, and that's important that ChatGPT knows what we are trying to do here. And we will just give it to ChatGPT and see what it comes up with. And I'm sure I've made many errors, and this is way above my pay grade. It's for pupils who are writing their final exams before they're heading off to higher education like university. So yeah, let's see. So, and I need to highlight that before we review it. What comes out, or what ChatGPT responds, will always be different. Sometimes you get a full corrected version, sometimes you get advice on what to do, so it can be very different. Sometimes you'll need to ask then ChatGPT to do something different, but this time, for example, we have a list of errors, or we have received a list of errors that we should improve, which is already very useful, that we could use to write a corrected version. So we could then go up, use all that, put that into our version, and then compare our version with the corrected version that ChatGPT already has prepared to see if we have understood the advice correctly. And that's very useful. So now we have a corrected version. And if we would want, we could also ask for an even more improved version with more information. And let's see. And here we go. Now we have a version that should be fine, with even some more information, which can be read pretty fluently. And I'm content with that. And now we would go to the next exercise, for example. So I already prepared that. And that's it here. Parfait, merci beaucoup. Maintenant, on doit travailler sur le cadre de l'histoire et le héros. And that's for some further exercises. So this one here is what we want to answer. What info does the title of the chapter indicate, and the first phrase in terms of in which time area it all plays, and which effect it does produce, or which effect the use of the word is Louis and the name of the Baron actually provokes. And I've already prepared a response, and it's basically that we know that the work was written by Dr. Ralph and when he died, and that also the word disloyé is used, and that shows that the whole story plays in a century before that, so 1600s. But it's very brief, so my answer is very brief, and I think there's way more to say, but let's see. And as you can see here, now we have a way more elaborated answer, which contains all the relevant information. Even by having a glimpse on it, I can see that this is how it actually should look like. And now we can use this to work on our writing skills and how we see stuff, and so that I like very much. And this way we would now work through all the exercises, and we have our personal tutor whom we can work with, and that's very useful. And then you could also ask ChatGPT, for example, to give you the most important vocabulary to learn, or to identify the errors that you are commonly doing wrong. So if you give it more of your writings, you can get even better results, even better analysis, and so on. And I find that super useful, and I think that this way we can also work on the lack of teachers in our societies nowadays. So use AI in a clever way to enhance our capacity to teach. Please let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos about how to use ChatGPT for working on your writing skills, or about AI in general. I have another video where I show what can be done with ChatGPT here. Or if you are more interested in my favorite language learning app, have a look at this video. If you found the video useful, please leave me a like and a subscription to the channel, and to not miss anything going forward, click also on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and see you the next time.